preview of tonight's game and a look at what's happening at the ballpark. It's time for the Ameren, Illinois and ActonEnergy.com pregame show. Let's go down to the field and check in with the voice of the Chiefs, Nathan Baliva.
Thank you, Brett. Welcome back to Dozer Park. Nice to be back home after a quick three-game series up in Clinton. With our PeoriaMagazines.com today, I'm with our longtime contributor, Steve Moritz, one of our coaches who's been out here and helping us out quite a bit this season. Always having fun with some interviews. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Nice to get back. We had a kind of a bizarre, I guess, 3-day event in Clinton with an early Sunday game. Unfortunately, a walk-off loss there, and a rain-out, wet fields day on Monday, and a doubleheader yesterday. But important to get that last win last night and bring a little bit momentum back home.
Yeah, it's always good to get a victory on the way out. Obviously, you'd like to win the series, try to win 2 out of 3, if not all 3. But to get the win, salvage one win out of the series is good.
Now, Monday we had the rain out. Rained really hard for a couple hours. In
hurricane?
Clinton. Yeah, the little hurricane through. And the game ended up getting canceled. You guys stayed at the ballpark, though, for about an hour and a half or so and still got some work in. Walk us a little bit behind the scenes on what happens in a day like that, because it's happened before on the road. I remember back in Lake County in April, we got rained out but still went to the park and didn't lose a full day, which I think is the big part.
Yeah, it's really important for these guys to get their work in on a daily basis. So we show up to the yard not knowing our fate of the game. So we go about our business as usual. About a half hour, 45 minutes after we showed up, they told us, hey, the game's canceled for the night. We'll play a doubleheader at this time the following day. So then we pretty much go through a normal workout. The position guys got stretched. We went to the cage and took batting practice. A couple of the pitchers needed to throw. And so we went about our business just like we would on a normal day, up until game time, obviously, and then we headed home. So it's really important for these guys to get their work in and keep doing what they need to do to stay on task.
I guess the big difference is the days when it is raining and still raining at 5 or 5:30, and you can't go outside at all, and then it's all cage work, because really then the pitchers can't do a whole lot.
Yeah, that's tough, because actually the other day in Clinton, the mound was so wet that we couldn't throw, so Arturo had to throw his bullpen inside. But it's good to have those facilities to be able to get our work in.
Now with you, you've worn many hats this year. Some days we see you up in the stands as you're doing your scout work. Some days we've seen you coaching first. We've seen you in the dugout. And now recently, in days when we're down to 2 catchers, and if Carson or Steve are DHing, you're the bullpen catcher. What's that been like?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
No, it's been good. It's actually, like I said, having different hats and having to do different things. It's been good for me to get on hand or first-hand looks at those guys and their pitches. And it's been a lot of fun. Now, there are times where I might lose something in the lights or not see it and wear it off the chest or the ankle, but that's just part of the territory.
And none of our guys throw hard, so I'm sure that's fine.
It's just like last night. Bear Claw probably threw 94, and I saw it, and then I lost it, and then I saw it again, and it hit me right in the chest.
Oh,
not going to lie.
Yeah.
So.
And with some of those guys, being able to see them up close, as you said, and catching them, how does that help you, I guess, in the coaching side? Have you noticed over the last few weeks, and I know you've been doing it longer than that, but just the last couple of weeks that you're able to maybe give more insight to either a pitcher or to, more importantly, I guess, the catchers while you're doing it? Yeah,
actually, it has. If Simo is trying to work with the guy and he asked my opinion, now I've been, hey, Carson, come here. Come on in. So if Carson's got a question or we're talking about, a certain guy's stuff that day, it's helped me to get down there. Now we have something in common to talk about, So if Arturo or Alex or whomever's curveball's in a sharp, now I've got something to, be on the same page with.
How you doing, Carson?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
We're pretty good. I like to see you don't like to join me when I ask you, and then you just walk on to the show.
Get out of here. This is my show. Get out of here.
Carson Kelly, having a lot of fun, always having fun, and I guess that's part of the 140. And there we go. Thanks, Lance. You had some fun with Lance last week out here, so
I did.
You knew he was going to return the favor.
Right now, I am. I am expecting this.
You were throwing sunflower seeds at him and got him in the face with one, if I recall correctly.
I definitely did that, and I caught him. I catch these, but I can't catch it in the bullpen. So.
He did actually. You did actually catch one like that when I tried to hit you out of the. Press box this year.
You're sitting up there, and I'm in the stand scouting, and all of a sudden I'm getting bombarded.
You're a target everywhere.
Well, that happens. It's what Guess what my job description is.
With 6 games left in the regular season, hopefully a little longer than that. With your position, what happens, I guess, after we turn the page into September with you? Do you have a bunch of forms still to fill out and scouting reports on guys and boxes to check and information to get to Gary and to Dan and all your bosses?
Yeah, basically I'm going to tie up some loose ends on any reports I have on some of our opponents. There are a few guys that I will go back in, look at some numbers and what I originally wrote down, and just make sure I'm as accurate as I can be. But yeah, there are some loose ends to tie up and make sure that everything I've turned in and what I saw with my own eyes is accurate.
I know we like to talk scouting and projecting and prospects with a lot of these guys because it's what we've done and it's what we know. And I know this is something we've talked about before, but just to kind of give the fans a little bit of insight, we see these guys. If it's a pitcher, you might see him 2-3 times. I know we talked about it with some guys from Burlington who we saw in May, and you were like, wow, I really like that guy. And then we see it again in August, and you're like, yeah, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
How does it kind of vary for you, and how does that go into your reports, seeing a guy a second or a third time, and you're like, wow, that slider really improved since I saw them in May, and now instead of writing them up this way, I'm going to write them up this way.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, I might see a guy one time, and he might be off that night. It doesn't mean he doesn't have a quality pitch or isn't a good player or whatever the case might be. I just saw him at his worst, per se, that night. So if I got to see him a second or third time, it makes my report hopefully more accurate. And then vice versa, if I really liked it and I see it again, I like it again, then I'm really confident, I like this guy, I think he can do this at this level, so on and so forth.
And I know that's the big part of scouting is you see those guys, and that's why there's so many scouts that do it and everything they roll through. And then for you, I know there's no kind of instructs, I guess, for you guys, but just kind of get ready and go talk to the bosses and see what's next.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly
what it is for me. So there's difference between the amateur side and the pro side, and it's never stops. So there's always something to be doing, always something to be contributing to the Cardinals and the organization some way, somehow.
And then just sit back and hope there's some October baseball to watch.
Sure hope so.
Because that's the number one goal out of all this is
exactly
we learn every day and learn every year. What does Joe say? The big league team won. That means it was a good day in the organization.
Good day in the organization.
No matter what happens elsewhere down the ladder. And I know you've got some stuff to get going. Where are you at tonight?
I'm in the bullpen tonight, so I'll be catching the bullpens. The ball runs on the field. I apologize in advance. So hopefully I catch everything.
Any wild pitch that goes bouncing around in right field and the game is delayed is your fault.
I'll blame it on the pitcher 100%.
Oh, okay. No. I think it's your fault. Steve, thanks for coming up here,
Thanks
not just tonight, but all season. We appreciate the insight.
I really enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
All right, Steve Moritz, who is getting pelted with sunflower seeds now, courtesy of Lance, and having a lot of fun. We get ready for this final homestand of the 2014 regular season. We've got a host family coming up here in just a few minutes. A big Wednesday here. Don't forget, go up to the concession stands, $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, and $1 ice cream sandwiches as well. A huge thanks to Busey Bank. They presented the Zach McAllister IBC bobbleheads that I know a bunch of you got as you came through the gates tonight. So a huge thanks to Busey Bank for presenting that throughout this evening. Also, it is a Wednesday, a Dollar Dog Wednesday presented by Eisenberg. So we'll be rooting all night, of course, for the Chiefs to win and keep their playoff hopes going and everything going along there. But if the Chiefs happen to lose to Beloit today, all fans get to redeem their tickets. Since there's no more Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday games, you can redeem your ticket next April to any April home game in the 2015 schedule. That's what happens with the game tonight, since there's no more Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday game. Tomorrow's a Thirsty Thursday, $1 domestic draft beers and $1 fountain sodas as well. It's also football night with football season starting all over the place. College, actually tonight, high school on and the NFL in about a week. Feel free to wear your favorite football jersey, football t-shirt, football hat, whatever you got. Wear that out here tomorrow for our football Thirsty Thursday. Then on Friday, we finish off the season with a 7 o'clock start, post-game fireworks, and it's fan appreciation night. We're going to get things going early on Friday night. We'll have our entire awards ceremony out here on the field about 6:30. Bring all of the Chiefs players out here. Our Booster Club will have a big presentation as well. We'll give away all of our MVP, our Pitcher of the Year, and our Ryan Sandberg awards. Give all that away in a ceremony at 6:30 on Friday. It's also a chance for fans 18 and over to win $5,000. We'll give those away in different amounts throughout the night. $200 early in the game, $500 mid-game, and $1,000 at a couple of different spots later in the ball game. Fans 18 and over will get a ticket when you come through the gates and a chance to win that money throughout the night on Friday. That's everything we've got set up here on this homestand. We're going to get our host family celebration and presentation going here in just a couple minutes. But we thank you for coming out, spending your Wednesday, kicking off this homestand with us here at Dozer Park.